So if you're an independent pharmacy, maybe you're not in a giant market like that where, if you're visiting 7 or 8 offices a day, um, maybe there's just not that many offices, or maybe you think I'm not ready to take that much on anyways, like what do you think would be step one for a pharmacy who's not really engaged the physicians in their area?
So I would identify who your top 10 prescribers are, both by volume, but mainly by gross profit.
Mm.
So who's already sending you business? Because number one, they're already familiar with your pharmacy. They already know how to send you business and they're comfortable with it, whether they give patients handwritten scripts, they e-scribe, they fax in, they call in, they already know your system. And they're also going to be a little more forgiving if you come in and visit them and start asking them some questions. And if you're a little awkward or just, it's uncomfortable if you walk into a doctor's office to sell, quote unquote, and you're not a salesperson. It's not something you normally do. You'll be uncomfortable. Like we feel comfortable behind the bench in our own place, where we're in charge of the workflow and everything. But if you go into a doctor's office, so they'll be more forgiving of you if you come in. But let's say you have, so in rural these, they don't have as many specialists. They laugh when I tell them that we market to cosmetic surgeons.
Sure.
No, okay, that's nice. But they don't even have podiatrists or ENTs sometimes. Those are like an hour or two away. But they'll have PCPs and they'll have primary care. Well, really, the primary care is your specialist in a town like that. They see all the foot issues. They see all the sinus issues. So understanding what are they seeing? Like, hey, do you have like patients that are the most challenging for you in your practice? Really interestingly, if you compound, we'll find if you go visit your top 10 prescribers who already know your business, and if you go visit them and thank them for their business, like, hey, it's Nicolette. I finally got out from behind the counter. I wanted to pop in and just meet you guys face to face. Here's my card. It has my cell phone number on it. You can text me if, because you want to have that relationship.
Sure.
Or if you text the pharmacy number, it actually pops up on all the workstations for everybody who's working. So we'll get back to you immediately because a lot of times our offices like to text us. But just going in and saying, hey, it's Nicolette. We really appreciate you guys sending us the business that you do. You're one of the top offices that we work with, and it means a lot to us that you have that trust in us and that you choose us over the big guys, because no one's told them that.
Yeah, and it's such a warm touch point. I was just thinking a pharmacy that's maybe not done that before, could find that initial urge to say, hey, maybe somebody from the counter go stop by and drop off a basket or something or say thank you. But I think that owner going in, especially in those first conversations, or the pharmacist in charge, whoever that face in the pharmacy is, and actually, making that handshake and here's my cell phone number, and just bringing it down a level to, outside of just the realm of professionalism, and hey, we're people and we see you as people and we appreciate you.
I think that goes a long way because then they associate you as a person, because I think that's who we leave reviews for is people, and that's who makes us feel things. Even the most data-driven nerd like me, I like people sometimes. So if you go in and communicate with them, and then you can ask them some questions. You could say like, hey, I noticed you guys send us a lot of this kind of compound or this kind of prescription. Do you send any compounds anywhere else? Is there anything maybe that we're missing? Do you use any other pharmacies? Are you happy with it? So many times when we do that, we hear like, oh yeah, well, we'll even visit dentist office here and they do some compounds for us. And then they'll say, oh yeah, well, we send this dry socket compound off to Massachusetts. And then we send this, we had a weight loss clinic. Oh, we send all of our BHRT compounds to Utah. And we're in Florida. We're like, did you know that we do that? Like we make those all the time for other offices. They're like, oh, it's just the way we've always been doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it's not broke, if we've always done it one way, Nobody's just going to come in and change the way we've always done it unless there's a good reason.
Right. Because if you think about it, the office, they might love Palm Harbor Pharmacy, and they might love, if it's a veterinary office, oh yeah, they make all of our methimazole twist pens for our cats. They're great. But they might not think, oh, Palm Harbor Pharmacy also might make the seizure medications for our dogs. Like they don't know unless you tell them.